Good evening, fellow Toon fans. This is Dan, the bearded Toon fan, back for another video. I had to jump on. Usually I just do pre-match and obviously post-match videos, but I'm gutted if what is true, what's coming out in the news. ACB, a Brazilian sort of media or journalist outsourcing, have said that Joelinton's injury is worse than first feared. It's going to need surgery, and if it does need surgery, he's out for the season. This guy's wow. This is not one we want to hear today, is it, guys? Especially, and then not only that, to top it off, so first things first, Phillips now, Calvin Phillips, looks like it's now a no-go. Man City won't budge on their loan fee, but not just a loan fee, they want an obligation with Newcastle. Looks like Crystal Palace now are front runners for him, for his signature. I just don't know where we go from here, guys. I know I sound a little bit like I'm being dramatic and things like that, but I'm a passionate Toon fan like you guys are and everyone else is. And look what's going on now. Like, we've got Bruno, he's on 9 yellow cards, he gets booked again, he's out for 2 games. Got Joelinton potentially. I don't know if it's true, so don't quote me on this, but I had to do this video. As soon as I got home from work, guys, I had to jump on. I'm really worried. Joelinton, to us, these are rock guys. You saw him in that middle against Sunderland. I know it was against lesser opposition, but he bossed it from minute 1 to minute 50 when he went off. He's an absolute rock. He's a beast. And years ago, I was the first person I used to complain about him and say how bad he was. He couldn't finish his dinner, blah, blah, blah. But he's so much more than that. He's passionate. He loves Newcastle United. He puts his all in. Phenomenal player for us he has been, guys. Missed him on Saturday night. I reckon if we had him in there Saturday night, we wouldn't have won the game. Man City would have found an equaliser and drawn, but I think we'd have drew the game with him in the team. That's how big a miss he's going to be. Now, I just don't know where we go from here, guys. There's obviously talk coming out of the club that we can't afford anyone. FFP is right to the max. But I think now, if this is true about Joelinton, where he's out for the season, we just have to act. Something has to happen. We have to maybe go into the loan market abroad. Maybe look at the Saudi loans. Why can't we go and see if Ruben Neves, I know he's already shot it down, so possibly not him. But we need to look now at all markets, not just the British market. I know Eddie Howe likes his English players, and I love our English players as well. But we found some really good... Our best players, guys, are the foreign players. Bruno Guimaraes, Joelinton. I know that's going back before when Bruce was in there, but let's talk about the ones now. Bruno Guimaraes, Alexander Isak up top, Sven Botman, all foreign players. So it just shows that our recruitment and our recruitment area, we have been successful in that. There's been a few that have sort of gone awry, but not the club's fault. Like Sandro Tonali, no one knew that he was struggling, bless him, with his betting, his gambling addiction. But hopefully now he's getting the right help, and we'll have him back next season, and he will be, as everyone says, a brand new signing for us. And he is a phenomenal player. I know in some of the game people saying, "Oh, Tonali." I just think he just needed to find his feet. Half a season. Look at Gordon. Last season, he come in, he played 16 games for us. He probably had 2-3 games tops out of those 16 games he played for us. Well, I thought, oh, he's a good player. I was really worried with him. But this season, he has been phenomenal, guys. Him and Cole Palmer are the best 2 English players in the Premier League at the moment. Let's be honest. Cole Palmer's got 9 goals, 5 assists, 5 goals by penalties. And then you've got Anthony Gordon, 7 goals, 5 assists in the Premier League. No penalties. So all his goals, guys, are from open play. So me personally, I think he's better than Cole Palmer because of that. No penalties at all. It's either Callum Wilson or Alexander Isak, when fit, takes our penalties. And what I'm more worried about, guys, let's look at our midfield now at the moment, who we've got there. We've got Joe Willock. Yeah, we're told he could be back on the 2nd of February when we play Luton Town at home. However, there's no telling that's going to happen, and he's coming back. Harvey Barnes, we're told the same thing the Luton game. My God, he's got the worst broken toe or bad toe that I've ever known. The thing is, I think there's been mistakes here, guys. I think with Harvey Barnes, when they were told, right, if you give him surgery, he'll be out for 3 months. If he rests it, he'll be out for 6 to 8 weeks. I reckon we should have just gone with surgery. I know hindsight's a wonderful thing and you can't go back on what you've said and what you've done. But goodness me, like, you know, Harvey Barnes, we've seen him for literally no time at all. And it's no fault of Eddie Howe or anyone like that, but I just think we've let him down. I think we've let Eddie down in certain segments. Sven Botman playing for 2 extra games with an ACL problem, and it's been missed. You know, these are massive problems, guys. We missed Sven Botman for months. I think Sven Botman was out for 10 weeks, something like that. And no one told us anything was wrong with it. No one told us his injury. No one knew. Because we keep everything quiet. And now there's rumours today that we're able to accept 3 instalments for Bruno Guimaraes' signature if someone comes in. And that it's not in the summer, that anyone could come in now, a Premier League side or a foreign side could come in, pay that, like, say, 100 million, pay those instalments, and they've got him, if he wants to go, obviously, and the club are willing to accept. It's not crisis situation at the minute because we've got Miley, Longstaff and Bruno. But Bruno, as I said right at the beginning of this video, he is 1 more booking away, guys, from a 2-match ban. And what are the statistics, guys, and the facts? When Bruno Guimaraes does not play for Newcastle United, we do not win, chaps. And at the moment as well, with him in the team, we do not win. It's 2 wins in 10 games. I'm not losing the plot. I'm not losing sleep about it. But I am starting to get worried, guys, slightly. There's a little bit of, what's going on. And I'm sure the club's being run right, but there's a few things that are worrying me. Now, for me personally, if we don't sign 2 or 3 players in this window, and definitely 2 players in this window, I think we're going to struggle to finish top 10. And you might laugh and people might say I'm over-egging it and being like overboard, but let's talk about it then. You've got Wolverhampton Wanderers. Last 7 games, they've won 4 and they've lost 2 and drawn 1. So they're in form. Fulham, very inconsistent side, but they keep having the odd wins and here and there. We're not getting that at the moment. And I know we've had tough fixtures and stuff like that, but so's the other Premier League sides. We need to really put in, and don't get me wrong, against Man City first half, we were back to our old self. We looked really good in defence and in attack. High octane, great level. But 50 minutes into a game, we die, we fall off, and that's nothing against the team that are starting. They're knackered. They need those replacements to come in, hit the ground running. That's what was so good last season. We had our front 3 at the time, and then we'd have 3 to replace them. It didn't matter if it was Jacob Murphy, Alan St. Maximin at times, and different people like that, and Wilson for Isaac. That was what was fundamental to our success, guys, because we could keep that high press, that high-octane front foot football for 90 minutes, because you have your first 3 on for 55, 60 minutes, and then your last 3 on for 25, 35 minutes. And that's what helped, and that's what put us to, put us into 4th. We were phenomenal last year. Also, another thing that's worrying me, we've stopped drawing games. Last season, we won 19 games. We drew 14 and we lost 5. We had the joint best with Manchester City, best defensive record in the league. This season, we've conceded 20 more goals at this stage of the season than we did last year, which is horrendous. We've already lost 10 Premier League games. We lost 5 all season last year. We've won 1 game away from home all season so far. These are terrible stats, guys. We are first, or if not second bottom, in the away form. Our home form, yes, has been great, but the last 2 games, and yes, Man City aside, I won't include them because they are the best team in the world. But we've lost 2 in a row now, guys, at home. Nottingham Forest at home, which was a disaster class. And then Man City. We just can't hold on to draws either. I'm just getting a bit worried about it, guys, that's all. And I'm really worried now about this. Don't get me wrong, Phillips might not be the right guy. Maybe we were never in for him anyway. Who knows? We're obviously there showing interest because obviously we were trying to negate the loan fee and bringing it down a bit. But for me, we just need to try and find out and work out a way. Now, there's rumours now, some people have been saying on some of the podcasts that I saw when I was on the way home in the car earlier, that Conor Gallagher might be an option. I just don't know, but we need that number 6. We need a number 6 that anchors the midfield to the defence. If we would have had that on Saturday night against Man City and Eddie Howe went, right, Bruno, it's 2-2, there's 10 minutes left. I want you to drop and you man mark De Bruyne. I don't care if the other guys get the ball and then move around. Man mark De Bruyne and make sure he doesn't get into our back 4 area. And just marshal him across. Who knows? We might have got a point. I'm just a bit concerned. I thought I'd come on. I'm a bit worried. I feel so sorry for Joelinton. He's had his house burgled. He got that horrible injury. Literally, it looked like a nothing thing on the pitch against Sunderland. He was trying to play the ball out wide, and then he was sort of knocked off balance by the Sunderland player who left his foot in. And now he could be out for the season. It's just, it's never ending. When will Newcastle United get some luck with injuries, guys? We've got a full team of 11 that could probably beat some of the lower echelon teams in the Premier League, no disrespect to them, out injured. So there's no backup. We've got our first 11 that go full out and they're brilliant for 60, maximum 70 minutes. After that, we fall off a cliff. We drop back into like a back 4/5 to try and defence and see it through. And the better sides are better. But guys, they just beat us. I'm going to go. If you like my content, my name's the Bearded Toon Fan. I know today looks a little bit depressing. It's a very depressing video, this one. I wish I could come on here with better news that we had a signing. Joelinton was back in 3 or 4 weeks, never mind 6 to 8 weeks, or if not the season now. But leave some comments, guys. Like and subscribe if you like my content. I'll see you soon. Hopefully with some better news later in the week, with hopefully some news on a signing. And Joelinton doesn't need surgery. And Bruno's staying. That's the main thing. Bearded Toon Fan out.